Hello all, I come in peace. It's Dionne. Thank you so much for joining me here today for this practice. We have a gentle power yoga flow. So we're gonna hop right into it. Please remember to leave a like, comment, or share this video if you found it to be beneficial in any way. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get started. So right away, we'll begin coming into child's pose or balasana. You can bring the big toes to touch, knees nice and wide. Send the hips back, extend the hands forward, bow the head down. Just taking a few breaths here. Take a moment to settle into stillness. Notice how you feel. And just check in with yourself, check in with your body. And really slow your breathing down. Using your inhale to expand and your exhale to soften and settle deeper into the pose. When you're ready, inhale, big breath in and exhale to soften. Inhale, breathe it in, and exhale to soften. Let's do one more, breathe it in, and exhale. Continue this mindful breathing on your own here. If you have your forehead pressed against the yoga mat, you may give it a gentle rock side to side. When you're ready, let's find stillness. We'll slowly lift the hips up out of our child's pose. Let's keep the big toes to touch, knees nice and wide. Left hand to center. Inhale, right hand reaches up. Use your exhale to thread your needle. We won't settle through all the way. Inhale to reach and exhale to thread. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to reach it up. Open through the heart space. Exhale, thread your needle all the way through. Settle on to outer right ear, right shoulder. Remember your breath here. Remember to breathe. Inhale, exhale, release. Inhale, right hand to sky. Exhale, right hand to center. Inhale, left hand reaches up. Use your exhale to thread the needle. Inhale to reach. Open through the heart space. Exhale to thread. Let's do one more. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, thread your needle all the way through. And a few breaths here. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale, break the pose. Inhale, left hand to sky. And back down to earth. Let's undo the toes, knees in line with the hips. Let's work through some cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round and release. Move with your breath. Notice how you feel. When you're ready, find stillness, curl the toes under, walk the palms forward, lift the hips, downward facing dog. First downward dog of the practice, generous bend in the knees, fingertips spread nice and wide, the elbow creases shining towards the front edge of the yoga mat. Bowing the crown of the head down to earth. You might shake the head a little yes, or a little no. When you're ready, let's bring that left foot to center, grounding through the left foot. Inhale, right leg reaches up. Exhale, bend at the knee, stacking through the hips, even in the shoulders. Breathing deep. Use your inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release, right foot down, center. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend at the knee. So we're really working to squeeze the left heel towards the glutes. Remember your breath, even in the shoulders. Inhale, find the length through the left leg. Exhale, release back into your downward facing dog. From here, let's walk the hands back towards the toes, forward fold, back end of the yoga mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, look forward, nice long back. Exhale, bow, fold, and soften. Let's take a ragdoll here, a few breaths, grab opposite elbows, find a gentle sway side to side. So feet are about hips width distance or wider if you need a little bit more space and stability in the hips. Let's find stillness, release the fingertips down, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and fold. Root to rise, bring it up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, we reach. Exhale, we bow and release. Plant the palms, walk it out to plank pose. If you need to, you can drop the knees down, come to a modified half plank instead. Inhale here, use your exhale, float it onto the belly. Inhale for cobra. Exhale to bow. Press it back to plank pose and send it back downward facing dog. Awesome job, everybody, great work. Let's use an inhale to look forward. Exhale, top of the yoga mat, feet together. Inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale, bow and fold. Let's plant the palms, step the left foot back, lower the left knee. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. Inhale, big breath in. Use your exhale, bend the elbows for cactus arms. So we're open through the heart space, broad in the shoulders. From our cactus arms, let's interlace the fingertips behind the back and pull the knuckles down. Find your bind. Staying lifted in the heart space, keeping your gaze up towards the sky. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Let's send the hips back, half splits, runner stretch. Really pull that right hip back into space. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bow and fold deeper over the knee. Inhale, release back through center, back into your lunge. Left hand to the mat, right hand to sky, open twist, big breath in here. Use your exhale, release your twist. Plant the palm, step it back, vinyasa. So belly to cobra, or you can take a chaturanga to upward facing dog. Downward facing dog when you're ready, just move with your breath. Let's use an inhale to look forward. Exhale, top of the yoga mat. Inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale, bow, fold, and soften. Plant the palms, step the right foot back, lower right knee. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. Inhale, big breath in. Use your exhale, bend the elbows for those cactus arms. Let's find a bind, pull the knuckles down, stay lifted in the heart space. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, hands to the mat. Let's send the hips back. Half splits, runner stretch, pull the left hip back into space. Inhale, release back through center. Open twist, right hand to the mat. Inhale, left hand to sky. Exhale, release. Plant the palms, step it back, and vinyasa, belly to cobra or chaturanga. To upward facing dog. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Let's use an inhale to look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale, bow. Now this time, root to rise, arms up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we bow and fold. Plant the palms, step it back. Plank pose, vinyasa, belly to cobra, chaturanga, downward facing dog. From our downward dog, let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Good work, everybody. Let's use an inhale to look forward. Exhale, top of your yoga mat, step or hop. Inhale, lifts halfway. Exhale, bow. Plant the palms, left foot back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bend the elbows for those cactus arms. Let's find a bind. Pull the knuckles down behind the back. Lift through the heart space. Generous bend in the front right knee. Inhale, big breath in. Use your exhale to bow. Humble warrior. Remember your breath here, lunging deep through that front right knee. If it's too intense for the shoulders, you can keep the knuckles closer to the tailbone if that's what your body needs. Inhale. Exhale, release, arms up, warrior one, full posture. And float it down. Step it back, plank pose, and flow. Take it to downward dog when you're ready. Inhale, looks forward. Exhale, top of the yoga mat, feet together. Inhale, lifts halfway. Exhale, bow and soften. Plant the palms, right foot steps back, 45 degrees. The right heel is firm against the yoga mat. On an inhale, arms up. Warrior one. Big breath in, exhale, bend the elbows, cactus arms. Let's find our bind, pull the knuckles down. Inhale, exhale to bow for humble warrior. So the breath is key here. Remember to breathe. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, break the pose. We rise, arms up. Full posture, warrior one. Let's float it down. Step it back and vinyasa, belly to cobra, chaturanga, downward facing dog. Awesome job, everybody. Inhale, looks forward. Exhale, top of the yoga mat, feet together. Inhale, lifts halfway. Exhale, bow. Root to rise, bring it up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we bow and soften. We fold. Plant the palms, step back, plank pose, and vinyasa. Bring it to downward facing dog when you're ready. Great work, everybody. Inhale, looks forward. Exhale, top of the yoga mat. Inhale, lifts halfway. Exhale, bow and fold. Plant the palms, left foot steps back. Inhale, warrior one. From warrior one, we shift, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Use your exhale, extended side angle. If you have a bind within your practice, right arm underneath the thigh. In time, the right hand will grab the left wrist, but if we're just at the fingertips, that's okay. Inhale, big breath in. Use your exhale, let's cartwheel it down. Left hand to the mat. Inhale, open twist. Now let's stay in the twist here. We'll continue to drop the right hand down as we do this. We rotate and spin onto our outer left foot. Drop the left hip down for a reversed extended side angle. Nice and slow, let's release back through center. Plant the palms, step it back, and flow. Move with your breath. Bring it to downward dog when you're ready. Inhale, looks forward. Exhale, top of the yoga mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow and release. Plant the palms. Right foot steps back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Remember, if you have a bind, you can take it here. When you're ready, let's cartwheel it down. Right hand to the mat. Inhale, open twist, left hand to sky. Reach up. Now, we're in the twist. We'll continue to drop that right hand down. The gaze will follow. As we do this, we're rotating onto the outer right foot. Remember your breath. Nice and slow, let's release. Plant the palms, step it back, and vinyasa. From our downward dog, let's drop the knees, take a child's pose. Extended child's pose with the hands forward, knees nice and wide. And we're just here for a few breaths. When you're ready, inhale, big breath in. Use your exhale, slowly rise. Let's take it back to downward dog. Hips high, up and back when you're ready. Let's use an inhale to look forward. Exhale, top of the yoga mat, step or hop. Inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale, bow, fold, and soften. Root to rise, bring it up. Hands to heart center. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we bow and release back into the fold. Awesome job, everybody. Great work. From here, let's plant the palms, okay? We're going to really ground through this right foot and begin to lift the left toes, finding a standing splits. So the hips are even in our standing splits, shoulders are even, breathing deep into the belly as we bow the head down towards the knee. The hands are slightly in front of the face here. We'll take a big breath in and take a big step back with that left foot. We're coming into a high lunge. Arms up, we rise. Inhale, open twist. Left hand reaches forward. Right hand towards the back edge of that yoga mat. Let's revolve our twist. Inhale, exhale back through center, arms up. Big breath in, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. This time straighten through the right leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Now you can stay here for some if you want to revolve your triangle. We'll bring the left hand down to earth or to a block if you're using one at home, bringing the left foot as close to the right hand as you can. If you want more of a deeper twist, you'll bring the left hand on the other side, the outer side of the right foot. Inhale, right hand to sky. Inhale, exhale, release back to triangle. Inhale, reverse your triangle. Keep the right leg straight. We reach that right arm up and overhead as we stand. And warrior two. Let's cartwheel it down, left hand to the mat. Inhale, open twist. Exhale, release into lizard. Breathing deep. You're on the palms. For some, if you want to take it further, you might bring it down onto the forearms. When you're ready, nice and slow, we'll release. Walk the right toes to center. Step it back, plank pose, and flow. And bring it to downward facing dog. We use an inhale, look forward. Exhale, top of the yoga mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Let's plant the palms. And this time we're really grounded and rooted through that left foot. We'll lift the right toes, standing splits. Breathing deep as you bow the head down towards the knee. Hips are even. We take a big breath in. Exhale, big step back into a high lunge. Arms up. Inhale, open twist, right hand reaches forward. Let's revolve our twist, right hand reaches back. Back through center, arms up. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, triangle pose, straighten through the left leg. Let's revolve our triangle, right hand down to earth. Inhale, left hand to sky. And release, triangle pose. Inhale, reverse your triangle so the left leg stays straight. Left arm reaches back. And back to warrior two. Let's cartwheel it down. Inhale, open twist, left hand to sky. On your exhale, release into lizard. And a few breaths here. So if you don't come down all the way onto the forearms, that's okay. You can stay on the palms. Just keep the chest lifted here and remember to breathe. When you're ready, let's break the pose. Walk the left toes to center. Frame the foot with the hands. Step it back. Plank pose and flow. Move with your breath. And bring it back to downward facing dog. Grounding through the left foot, inhale, right leg to sky. Use your exhale, fallen triangle. The right foot comes up next to the left hand opens to sky. Let's release back through center. Right leg comes back down to earth. Inhale, left leg up. Use your exhale, fallen triangle. Back through center. Left foot comes down to earth. Inhale, looks forward. Exhale, top of the yoga mat, feet together. Inhale, lifts you halfway. Exhale, bow. Crow pose. Plant the palms. We'll begin to shift our weight forward. So bringing the knees behind, above the elbows here, behind the arms, above the elbows. We shift our weight forward, fingertips are spread nice and wide. And you might just practice lifting one foot at a time, but in time we'll lift both feet. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, jump back, chaturanga. Downward facing dog. Awesome job, everybody. Great work. When you're ready, grounding through that left foot. Inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Bring it through for pigeon. So you can take your time here on the palms, eventually come down onto the forearms just for a few breaths. When you're ready, we'll slowly come up. From our pigeon, we bring this left foot around, setting up for a seated dancing Shiva. Generous bend in the left knee, grab the outer edge of that left foot with the right hand. Left hand on the yoga mat, take your gaze past the left shoulder. On an inhale, we lift and lengthen for a seated dancing Shiva. Remember your breath. Remember to breathe. Inhale, exhale into shoelace or cow legs, stacking the knees on top of one another. And let's just gently press the palms down against the soles of the feet. Taking a big breath in, you might use an exhale to gently bow the head down towards the knees. When you're ready, we'll slowly release. Let's bring this left leg back into our pigeon pose. Send it back to downward facing dog. And we switch, grounding through the right foot. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, kick it up. Exhale, knee to nose. And bring it through for pigeon. A few breaths here. You can come down onto the forearms. Awesome job, everybody. Great work. When you're ready, we break the pose. We bring this right leg all the way around, coming into shoelace or cow legs. You can have the palms pressed on top of the soles of the feet. Inhale, big breath in. Exhale, bow the head. When you're ready, we'll release, sit up nice and tall. Let's swing it back around into pigeons. From here, let's take it back to downward facing dog. Awesome job, everybody. Great work. Let's drop the knees down. Coming to stand on the knees. Let's find a camel. Knees are in line with the hips. When you're ready, we push the hips forward. Gaze back, find your camel pose. You might drop the hands all the way down to the heels or the fingertips. From our camel, we'll release into Balasana. Take a child's pose. Bow the head down to earth. Taking the back bend in the opposite direction. If you want to bend at the elbows, come to prayer behind the head here. Just to deepen the stretch a bit, you can. When you're ready, we'll slowly release. You can lift the hips, swing the feet around, find a seat. Extend the legs forward. Generous bend in the knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to fold. Seated forward fold. If you want to straighten the legs here a bit, you can. If you find yourself to be a little bit more flexible, bow the head down just for a few breaths. When you're ready, we'll release. Let's sit up nice and tall. Let's bring that right heel in. Okay, we'll bring the right hand behind us down onto the yoga mat. When you're ready, inhale, lift the hips. And release. Let's switch. Bring that left heel in. Bring the left hand behind you. On an inhale, we lift the hips. Open through the heart space. Take your gaze back here. And release. Good work, everybody. Awesome job. Let's bring the soles of the feet together for a butterfly pose. Sitting up nice and tall here. So the closer the feet are towards the body, the deeper the stretch. Sitting up nice and tall, we'll take a big breath in. Use your exhale to bow and fold head down towards the toes. Breathing deep. When you're ready, let's release. Sit up nice and tall. Close the knees, boat pose. Okay, in our boat pose, why don't we play around with tapping one toe down and then the other. So we're tapping into that core center of strength and stability as we lean back on the sits bones. We're here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. On the 1, let's hug the knees into chest. Let's come down onto our backs. Let's come into a shoulder stand. So bringing your hands to your lower back for support. In your shoulder stand, you might gently close the eyes here. When you're ready from shoulder stand, let's enter plow pose. Now, if plow is not within your practice, that's okay. You can stay in your shoulder stand just for a few more breaths, or you can come to legs up a wall. When you're ready, nice and slow, we'll release. From our shoulder stand, let's drop down into bridge pose. So nice and slow with control, one leg at a time. I'm starting with my left foot and begin to point the left toes down to earth. I have my hands here at my lower back for support. Coming into a supported bridge, bring the left toes all the way down and the right toes to follow. You can find a bind here if you interlace the fingertips, snuggle the shoulder blades underneath the body. When you're ready, we'll release hips down to earth, hug the knees into chest. And when you're ready, let's take our sweet, sweet Shavasana. Okay, so coming to lengthen through the legs, through the arms. And find our center, find our ground, find stillness. You could take a moment here, give thanks for your practice. Give thanks for showing up for yourself today. When you're ready, let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Nice and slow, let's roll over onto one side into a fetal position. You can hug the knees into chest. And just take a moment here to self-soothe. When you're ready, let's come all the way up to a seat, coming to find Sukha Asana, easy seat. Crisscross applesauce. When you're ready, on an inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll gently bow the head. Thank you all so much for joining me here. It is always such an honor and such a privilege to hold this space for you. I am so grateful. Until we meet again, namaste.